Good morning, everyone. This is Michelle, and this is Shelby Creations. We are working on our albums today. This is the one that I was working on off camera, and I'll show you where we've got to. We're not going to do them exactly alike, but this will give you a gist of where we're going with it. We got the inside pages done. I've got most of them done. What I've done here on the front is the simple pocket. A piece of vellum that has been printed and it's glued down. Added a little butterfly. This page here has lace trim. It's just simply opens up. I haven't done anything in here yet. Not sure if I'm going to or what, but it closes with a, I don't know if you can hear that, it's got a magnetic closure to it. The next one has a double pocket with a little tuck spot. Did a couple of tags, and inside the tuck spot I've got a little dance program, a card, and just a little book to write, a little journal to write stuff in. And that's basically the first couple of pages I've got done. Now I've got the rest of the book pretty much completed, but we'll go into that as we get farther along in the one we're doing on camera. So, close this one up. And as you can see, it's getting to be a little gator mouth, but it works. And as you add different embellishments, these will get thicker. We just don't want it to come out like this. So, let's get started on the one we're doing on camera. Set this one aside. Now, what we've done so far in here is we put our pages in. We've got our front and back and spine covered. We got the inside front and back pages. And we've got our base pages. So what we want to do is we want to start on this page here. Now, remember in the first one, we had a flip on that page, a flip out. And I do want to flip out on this page, but I don't think I want the whole page. So I've got just a regular piece of cardstock here, and somewhere in my bin I have a pencil. Oh, there it is. And I don't want it to go, I don't want it top to bottom like the other one. So I want it maybe part ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a simple mark right here at the top where I'm going to score my line. And reach out for my mini scoreboard. I'm in here. And I see where my mark is. And I'm just going to score down here. And that's where my fold's going to be. Make sure that that's even there. Yeah. So, put that up. Now, I try to keep the bone folders that come with my different scoreboards and different things with those, because for some reason, if I tried using a different one with this, and it doesn't score very well. So, it's always good to keep your things together. Take out my mini guillotine here. And what I'm going to do is that fold, the metal part here is exactly 1/2 inch. So I know if I put that on that line, when I cut it, I have my 1/2 inch here. Down there. Figures, I'm dropping things today. Okay, we're going to fold this over. Got my regular bone folder. Scooch that out of the way. And just fold it over, well, over like that. Sometimes they just don't want to fold properly. And then it will sit about halfway. Now, there are two ways you can attach this. Let me, so that you can see it better. Where's my ink. What we'll do is we're just going to give this a quick brushing around the edge, making sure I get that mark there. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. Now I'm going to fold this back and just go along that line. And you'll see why in just a minute. Get this done up. Now, well, turn it around the way we had it to begin with. I know it probably doesn't matter, but as you can see, that will sit like that. Now we can either fold it over the edge here, or we can come in right to the edge and put it as close as we can possibly get it. Now you want to put this on before you mat your page, because your mat, if you're going to adhere it this way, will cover this edge here. If you're doing it this way, then you'll make sure it's snug up there, and then you'll mat this page. And it doesn't, you don't really need the flap here to be inked. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to the front here. So I need to put this mat on. Now the paper I chose, get over here, is this. It's a beautiful print. And now that I've got this cut, I can see where I want to position my page and what I want to show on my cover. I could do this, which would be a simple measuring of that area. If I use this one, I may need to come over a bit, or I can do, you can go just about anywhere on the cover here. But I think I like this top one best. Now, I measure for this part of the album, for the covers and the base pages, but I don't do a whole lot of measuring once I get inside. So we'll show, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, now I want this to sit on top here. So what I'll do is I'll situate it where I want it, and then I'm going to turn it over. And then making sure I have my elements, everything's correct. What I can do is leave this flat down here. Don't move this part. Take your page, simply turn it over. Set your mat with your, how you want it to come, how far you want it from your edge. Simply mark here and mark here. Just those two marks. Now, in just a moment, I'll go and cut this. I'll be right back. Because I don't have my big cutter situated on my desk, because basically it takes up too much room. So, let's see. Put this down here. Making sure it's straight. Here, and this is, double check it, make sure I've got everything straight. Now if you've got one side that's not quite, you don't feel it straight, you can check it with your smaller cutter. Simply line it up with any straight line on your cutter. Alright, now see, I do have some on here where this edge is narrower than this edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my lever down just a tad, line that up, and trim. You see, it wasn't that much off, but it shows. We think it shows. Nobody else will recognize it. So, come back in here with my ink, and again I'm using walnut stain. It sort of seems to be the go-to ink for everyone, that and vintage photo. You know, when you're doing a brownish or tan type of distressing. Now what I like to do is come in here and sort of deepen those corners some, because you know most things that are vintage, the corners seem to get a little more worn than anything else. I like that. Put that back together, slide that up, so that when I put it on, I'm checking to make sure. This is also where you can sort of see where your mat is going to lie. Now, come in here, that tape's out, grab me another roll of tape. Somewhere I've got an edge here. And tape the bottom. Jack over here to nip my edges. Goes down there, that's there. This is here. And my final one here. I didn't go all the way to that corner on that one, but it'll be okay. There we go. And here is my bone folder. Burnish those right quick. Grab my pointy tool. Off goes one. It's going to be one of those days I can see. Those that want to come up. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but you see how that edge doesn't look like it sort of looks like the tape came up there. That is not a problem. Just take your pointy tool, smooth it back out. See? Easy fix. Do these two. There's one. Can't get that one from that side, so we'll go over here. 1, 2. Now, my glue. Easy to find things this morning. I did straighten up my desk some before. Now, it may look like I'm putting a lot of glue on here, but actually I've got my glue bottle straight up and down, so it's not a whole lot of glue. Alright, this is the way my page is. Orient this. Pull that side out. Now, remembering how I wanted my margins set, I'll get these corners done, and voila, nice and easy. There. And you don't feel the bumps because we smoothed it. Put my lid on my glue. And there's our flip. For our background, I'm going to pull this completely thing out. I chose this pattern paper. So what I want, and there's really no direction. One way it's the same as the other. So I'm going to do the same thing in measuring. I want to measure to here and to here. I know, complicated. Alright, just a moment. Let me cut this right quick. Move my other papers back. Slice one. And slice two. Alright. Now, I've got a place over here that I'm putting my scraps. I'm saving my smaller ones too, because I may want to mat a pocket, or I may want to mat a label, or even make a label, and these are good for the larger sheets. But those are my scrap pile. And double check my dimensions. They all look good. So, pull out my ink. Get this done right quick. You'll find that working in these with an album is really, it's easy to do, and you're not limited on what you can put in them. You can do as many flips, pockets, whatever, as your book will hold. Doing a final check. See, now this one will have a narrower margin. But before I put this on, I want to put my flip out on. Now, I'm going to take my tape. My tape, I'm going to run close to the edge down here. All the way up like that. And then come in here. Well, where'd it go? I lose more things that slip up underneath things. Use the back. I just want to get those edges. And then come in here, take my tape off. And I'm going to use my fine line glue. Now this is the same thing that's in my other bottle. It's just got a fine tip on it. Because sometimes you just need to get a little bit and not a whole lot. That down there. Put the pin back in it. I forgot to put the pin in it when I was working in the other album. Oh my word. That was a joy trying to get that glue to unclog. Now I'm going to hold this up so that I can place this right where I want it, and then fold the whole thing down. Come up here, give it a good squeeze all the way down. Now what it does is the tape will hold this edge secure, and the glue will hold the outer edge. Because in my experience, it seems like the outer edge always pulls away, which causes a pull on the tape, and you end up with a faulty page. Nobody likes a faulty page. And it doesn't take long for glue to grab hold. Right now. See, we've got that. And then when we put our mat on our first page down, that edge is not so, or where those parts come in, are not so noticeable. And then you don't have to figure out what you're going to do to cover it up here. Let me put my thing back in there, or I will end up dropping it and it'll end up on my foot. Give that a minute. Where's my tape? Move the book out of the way. I always have so much. If I don't, I'm going to end up with such a little space to work with here. I will clear off my desk, have tons of space, and before I'm finished with the project, I'm down to working in what, like a 6x6 square. And I've heard from other crafters it happens to them too. But we get so into what we're doing that we just push things aside. So my New Year's resolution this year was to put things away at the end of the day, so that I start off each morning with a nice area to work with. Alright, got that. Go here and make sure those corners are burnished down. Come back with my pokey tool. Take one up, take the other up. 1, 2, those go over there. Turn around, do the same thing. This one doesn't want to come up. There we go. There, go there. Pull up just a tiny bit. Smooth that back down. Now, my glue. See, a lot does not come out when you hold the glue down. You get just this thin layer. Alright, back over here. And remember, I had a tiny margin with this one. So I want to keep that margin. Going all the way around. And there. Burnish that down. And voila. That didn't turn out too bad. I still have to mat the backside here. But not too shabby. Let's see, do I have anything in my stash pile that would be large enough to do the... That would be way too busy. Way too busy. I think I may have to go to another piece of paper. Because most of my bigger pieces would not fit unless I did the opposite on that side. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it looks. If I came in here with the other side there. No, I still don't like that. I need something sort of on the plain side there. Let's see, what did I pull out here? Or maybe, what about just something like this? Maybe we could go that way. Semblance of tags. That would work. Okay. Let's go in here. We're going to mark it the same way we did the other. Mark there and mark there. I'll be right back. This. One way. Go the other. And then I'll bring those over there. Yep, I like that. There. Go that way. I don't really think there's an up way or downside, upside, downside with this one. So, we don't really have to worry about the design on it being right side up. Trim here, come around here, do this side. We have had such nice weather the past couple of days. And my heart really goes out to those down in Louisiana who just had to deal with this hurricane going through. What they said, 16 years to the date of Hurricane Katrina. And I've been waiting to hear from a friend of mine that lives there. Make sure he's okay, but I will hear something when I hear something, I hope. I mean, I know they don't have any power. So his cell phone may be dead, or just have to be patient. I saw where they had convoys of line workers heading that way. So reassuring to see. It's wonderful. Yeah, I hate for disasters to happen, but what I do love seeing is all the, I gotta write it this way, all the help and that people extend during these times. Yeah, there's no lines. And I don't mean queues. I mean lines. There's no color lines, religious lines. You know, it's people helping people. That's always good to see. So, quick and simple. See how easy that was? Now, I don't know if I want to do anything inside. I may leave it blank like the other one. I'm not sure about this yet, but we've got time. But I do want some lace on here. And I've got some that I think will pick up this little bit of blue here. Somewhere in my stash. My stash is always right here somewhere. I was thinking maybe this along here. I may have to start it the other way because that's... Let me trim this. What did I do with my scissors? I have scissors. I know I did. I had to find my scissors. Ah, that's why I couldn't find them. I had them back in the bucket. Pull this out. This is my little trash bin. I want to even up that one edge there. And then lay that there because I want to start with the full part there. And I think, yeah, if I pull it down, so no, we'll go from here to here. So I need to cut it here. Cut straight across. And see where am, first of all, put it on that. Bring out my Fabri-Tac. But this has a lot of holes in it, so it's going to be a little on the difficult side with the Fabri-Tac. Can't just put a bead down. And again, I'm doing the same with the Fabri-Tac. I'm holding it upside down so that it's flush to that edge. Yep, it's on there. And I'm going to lay that first piece down because I want to come over on top of that with some of this, which I think is pretty. We've got a little thread hanging there. So trim that off. And let's see. We can go do the same thing. I want to get right under that edge on this side. And it will go to here, right on the side of this circle here. Now, I'm not going to throw this little piece away because that will go for snippets. So I'll put that back in my little drawer over there. And then come back in here with my Fabri-Tac. Now I'm going to be a little bit, put a little bit more here than usual. Than just what I did the first time, not more than usual. Make sure I've got the right side here. Starting up here, put it into place where I want it to stay. Press that down. Ah, like that. Ah. Come on, stay down there. And glue all over my fingers. There. Nice little touch. Bit of glue there, but if you rub it, that comes right off. If you can get it quick enough. If you wait, it won't come off that easy. Now, what you can do if it's not coming off that way, I got one of these little adhesive erasers. There, all gone. And I'm not sure if you can see. It's just a, but I got this one at the Dollar Tree. Beats paying $5, $6, $7 for an eraser. And there we go. That, I like that. That is pretty. So, you gotta give that a moment or two for the glue to dry. Now, when you're working with Fabri-Tac, that is a hard glue to get off of your fingers. It just, it's not like regular school glue or anything where you sit here and peel it all off. But, and then you'll notice if you get it on your mat, it doesn't like to come off either. But I take a simple alcohol swab. I buy these by the boxes. They come like 100 a box. Rub your fingers over there. Glue's gone. Just that quick. And I don't have gluey fingers no more. Then I'm back to work. And it dries really fast because it's alcohol. So there's our first one. Okay, now I see where my problem's going to lie. It's going to lie in folding that page back. But that's not going to be a problem. There we go. Oh, maybe it is going to be a problem. Well, fudge. How's the glue set? Oh, I got it. I got it. Haha. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here on the back side now. So all we have to do is reposition it. Not a big deal. That's a good thing about wet glue. Now, if I'd have used my glue gun, I probably wouldn't be able to go back and do this. So, I'm going to move this over to where that's just on the edge. I should have paid attention to that. But I didn't. I was getting so happy about getting this part of the page done. But now we know. So that's not, that's right along the edge of the map. No glue there, no glue back here, but now that's firmly, ta-da! Now when we turn, we lay straight. Lesson learned. So now we still gotta wait. Now I've got glue on my fingers again, but it'll wait. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do with this one. The other one I did a double pocket on the page, but then when I was cutting out pieces for the other book, I mean, I've already cut out one of those, but I've had these leftovers, and I was thinking about using these. Maybe we could do a whole pocket page, a full pocket page. That would work there. Let's try that. But these were, yeah, don't throw away your leftovers. Yeah, that will work. And because we're going from side to side on this one, we only need to cover this part up here. So we can do that with a leftover strip. Don't need to sacrifice a whole page. If we can do, see, that would work. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this for a mat, just like I would a regular mat for the page. Find my line. Make sure I'm pushed firmly up top. Hold onto your little door, because that's what holds your larger pieces so they don't slip and slide. Double check my measurement again. Yep, we're all good. Move that over. In here, ink this little piece. Now, I'm not worried about the bottom part because it's going to be under the pocket. I'm only going to put tape down on 3 sides. I got what I did with Jack. Okay. I've said it before, Jack's the name I gave to my little tape ripper, as in Jack the Ripper. I know he wasn't a very good character, but it brings back memories. Because when I was younger, well, get in there. My mother and I, it was like either, I think it was like Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, late afternoon. They would have, when we lived in Huntsville, Alabama. My dad was stationed there. On afternoons, they would have horror theater. And my mom and I used to curl up on the daybed that was in the den together. I got it wonky. And we would watch horror movies. But they were the old B-type movies. Yeah, like Jack the Ripper, Wolfman, Dracula, Monster from the Green Lagoon. Anyway, you know the kinds I'm talking about. The old B movies. And that just brings back memories. Every time I use it, I think of those movies. Alright, now this is going to have to sit right on the line. Not a problem. Do that before I cut that in half. Figure out what I want to mat this part with. Let me just... What have I got here? Let's just pull out a page. Okie dokie. We can use this. And that corner there would be really pretty. So, I'm going to turn this over because this is the corner I want. This is the corner I want to measure my mat from. I can tell right now my sides are not even. It's that noticeable. So, I'm going to cut this a little large and then trim it down after the fact. So, that side, and then come here with this side, and then let's see, where do we? Yeah, that was really wonky. Really, really wonky. Or is my pocket wonky? It may be my pocket. Let's trim a touch off, but it's not going to fit in my guillotine, is it? No, just a bit too long. So, back to my table. Set that down. And trim. Let's see if this is any better, if I've totally messed it up. Oh yeah, that's better, but still a tad off, just a smidgen, just a smidgen, and there. Oh, there are times I have trimmed a page and then finally got to the point to where, oh, can't use that. Yeah. I think I got it. Now you'll notice that these are not like the full 12 by 12 pages. What these prints are, they're from digitals. Some of them are the ones I bought off of Etsy. And it depends on what strikes my fancy as to what I buy. It's not so much a particular company that I buy for or from. It's just what I like at the time. Now, time to tape everything up. And there are a lot of beautiful digitals out there. Beautiful. There are some that, you know, everybody's familiar with, like Artie Mae's. I've ordered from places like My Porch Prints. They've got some beautiful stuff. You know, just put in what you're looking for. If you're looking for shabby chic scrapbooking paper, put in shabby chic scrapbooking paper, and it will bring you to tons of different places. Another good one for background design. Some artists have their own background designs. Some have their own lines of ephemera that they use. They've created. Again, Artie Mays is good for kits and paper and backgrounds, and same with My Porch Prints. Genevieve Designs has some beautiful backgrounds and pieces of, and ephemera, such as, she's got tags and pockets, and oh my gosh. For another place you can go for digitals as far as ephemera and stuff would be the Paper Outpost. Pam over the Paper Outpost, she has some gorgeous stuff. Now, you notice I did it twice on the top here, simply because I was talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. But it's okay. We can deal. We got it. Things happen. It's Murphy's Law over here. Has been with these albums. Oh my gosh. And if you need inspiration on what to do and what to put in things, and of course, I'm still new at this, but those that I look to, if I want to do something on my own, or I want to learn how to do things myself, as far as make different things that I can work with, one is Amy over at Al John. She is really good. I swear, you give the woman an idea and she can figure out how to do it. Junk journals. Fabulous artist, Charlotte Peterson. And Pam at the Paper Outpost. Rachel over at Roxy Creations. I mean, these ladies are geniuses. When I first started learning to do paper crafts, my go-to at the time was Leslie Boxenstedt. She has since passed away from breast cancer, but her channel is still up, and her videos are wonderful to watch. And she was such a character. I know we would talk together on the phone and all before she passed, when she was going through chemo. But she's a good one to watch. If you like if you're into the scrapbooking, I'm not really into scrapbooking that much, but I have done it, and I do scrapbooking. Janet over at RTS, wonderful lady. If you like the journals like we're making, but you figure, oh, that's such a headache. Measure this and measure that, but you still want to do it, go check out Genevieve Designs. Genevieve has created templates, and all different kinds. And you can buy the template, print it out. She has all the measurements done for you, so you don't have to do it. And she's got videos on all of them. I'm telling you, these ladies, and there's more out there other than just the ones that I particularly watch. If you're into the book, to making journals and stuff, there's Nick the Booksmith, cards and such, and well, general paper crafting, Genius of a Woman, May made it. There are so many out there. And they've got their videos up, and they're up mainly to help you do what you love doing the best. Alright, we've got our pocket. Yay! So that works. Even though I did mess up. But that come down. Just a tad. Yep, I'm just a tad off. And because the tape is set and all, I can't really change it. But, you know what? Nobody's going to notice it. I'm going to come in back here. Ink that side. Come up here. Make sure this is well inked. And it's really not going to affect the function of the page, because as you see, our pages fit within the boundary of our book. So nobody's going to notice it. So we've got that part done. And I did not put a magnet closure on this one. We have our pocket here. And I think we're going to stop with this one page today. We'll go into the next one on the next video. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet, because I was told not to plan anything today. Everybody's still asleep right now, because I have no idea what my kids or what Nikki wants to do today, because it's my birthday and they said no planning, you can't plan anything. Okay, no planning, but there's our first page. Not too shabby. And we'll continue on from here with the next video. Live, love, laugh. Make it a wonderful day today. Keep on crafting. And I'll see you next time. Bye.